Hello everyone. I've just made miniature pickaxe. No, it's a back scratcher. I desperately needed one. So I made one. Watch me do some spindle work. Thanks for watching. All right, I'm hoping this is sort of a fun project to work on today. It's a long piece of spindle work. This is probably a little more than 18 inches around. And I'm going to start by getting it rounded out, or at least I'm actually going to round out. I think I want to round out a little bit and then turn it around, and put this end in the chuck jar. I don't need to have um, I don't need to have it perfectly round. I just want to have it sitting sort of even and secure in the chuck. Okay, that should be fine. It feels a little more secure to me. Of course, it's not quite the way I want it. Not quite even. I want to have the tail. I'm going to line up the tail center a little differently. There we go. So the project that I have in mind here is a back scratcher. So long handle with a sort of a claw on the one end. It sounded weird. No. There we go. I'm going to start out by just getting this round. And this could take a little while, so I might speed this part up. For anybody that says you can't really rough down with a skew chisel. Okay. That's not 100% round, but it's pretty darn close. So what I'm going to do here is if I can do it without getting in the way of the camera, you know, a back scratcher in my head, the way I'm thinking of it, is has sort of a claw on the one end, right? So this end is going to have a rounded over claw. Sometimes when you have an idea, the best thing to do is go and try it. I've never made something like this before. I've never thought to try. I had an itch in the middle of my back the other day, right in between my shoulder blades, and I thought to myself, Jesus, sorry, but that's what I thought to myself. Wish I had a back scratcher. So here I am. And what my plan is here is to take off part of this little mushroom shape so that it is that's the claw part. Since I am way out here far away from the headstock, I'm leaving as much of this thick as I can, and I'll work my way back. What I was trying to say before was that, you know, sometimes the best thing to do when you've got an idea is to try it. I've never tried to make something like this before. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if the design's going to work. What the hell? Okay. Now basically all I have to do is I'm going to make the handle part, which is what this is. I just have to reduce this down. I guess I don't have to reduce it down. That's what I'm doing until it's even. Because I also don't think I want this to be too big and heavy, right? Taking the speed up a bit. It's easier to get a good cut, I find, with the skew chisel if you're going a little quicker. Not a not a dissimilar idea from when if you watch my videos, I turned a rolling pin. It's really just a matter of getting a relatively straight and even cut all the way down along the post. Good skew chisel practice too, though. Now I can, and I will, do a bit of decoration in here also. Again, just for really more for practice than anything else. But you know, a great big long straight line isn't very interesting. You know, now that I'm doing this, I'm thinking I could have made it more gradual, but oh well, too late now. Good time to practice some, you know, beads and codes and stuff like that. Since again, there's no design here. I've done a relatively good job of my skew chisel work here. I can hold on to the pieces that I've turned already to steady the piece as I turn. This is also not too dissimilar from trying to turn a tool handle, which is, if I may, got a scraper a little while ago and turned a tool handle for it, which was great fun. It's fun to use something that you've made. I think maybe this is going to be better if I can make this straight and then have a handle on it. So like if I have a, if I want to hold on to this like this, there's my handle goes to about there, right? And it has like a hilt. If if you're trying this and you feel like the wood is your hand is getting too hot on the wood, two things. One, you might be holding on too tight, and two, you can run over it with the sandpaper. It'll catch there, but that's okay. This is also a similar process for making a magic wand. I don't know if any of my watchers have Harry Potter fans in your family, um, but making or wizarding in general. But it's always fun to make magic wands, and it's a great it's a great skew practice, great design practice, and again there isn't that much that I make that I feel like really is really popular with younger people. You don't really make, like you could make spinning tops, but like it's pretty hard to get an 11-year-old excited about a spinning top. But it's much easier to get them excited about a wand if they're a Harry Potter fan. Okay. All I'm doing now is is just trying to get this straight. Um, Try drawing a straight line freehand. So what I'm really doing here is I'm really just trying to run the skew chisel along here smoothly, and it picks up high spots and low spots as I go. I'm trying to do it evenly, and again, especially on something like this, when I run over it with sandpaper, let me just demonstrate real quick. This isn't finished yet, but if I run over this real quick with this is 120 grit, it really takes a lot of those smaller um, dips and ridges out. But you want to get um, you got to get the larger ones with the tool. Again, it's good practice. So what I have here now is this part sort of curves in and out, which I don't mind, but I think I should do the same thing at the end. Yeah, I know it's very slight, but that's good. Um, I got kind of have to do this backwards, so I'm going to try it with a peeling cut. I'm a little bit high for a peeling cut. Sorry you can't see. I know I'm covering this up with my finger, but I just need to keep it steady too. Okay. Okay, I'm good with that. Again, if you see what I mean, the sandpaper is going to take out a lot of these smaller sort of dips and grooves and stuff. I'm doing this now because I'm going to take some weight out of the handle in a minute here, and I want to have the maximum amount of support um, while I'm sanding here. That's all. And I really am not. I don't think I'm going to do anything more than 120 grit here. This is also fun because it's um, I'm turning thinner than I often turn, which is also something that's fun about doing the magic wands that I was just saying a minute ago. Because magic wands are much thinner, at least for me. I don't do stuff with a lot of finials or anything like that. So magic wands are about as delicate as I get. I guess I don't need to be doing this with a gouge. This is not something I am intending to sell. Um, Although if the design works, maybe I'll make more. This is something I'm intending to use, especially in the wintertime. So I'm also gonna, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test the handle to make sure it's comfortable on my hand. Caught it a little bit there. Actually, if you take the skew chisel and turn it long point down, it's easier um, if you're going opposite of what you're used to. Or at least it's easier for me. I'm going to try and pull this out of the jaws just slightly here, out of the chuck a little bit to give myself a little bit more room. That'll be fine. When you get small like this, thin like I am here, you got to be careful that you're not tightening down the tailstock too much, because that will make it that will bow the wood rather than pushing at it or making it tighter or something. It will actually bow the wood and make it bend in the chuck. I'm not worried about this being a little bit out of whack now like it is. Although you could probably have some fun with some off-center turning here too. Something I really enjoy experimenting with, actually, um, in my wand making, among other things. But all right, I think it's time to take this off of here, and then we'll go to the belt sander. I'm going to use the belt sander to do the other end. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to grind away 3 of these sides and the top. And if you can see the grain here, the grain runs this way. So I'm gonna take off here, and then I'm gonna shape the back and the top. Let's see if I can do this. Like I said, never done it before. All right, so quick design critique on myself. That's what it's going to look like. It's almost like a pickaxe, right? I feel like this could be bigger. This part here could be bigger. And I think the end could be wider. And this part here, right at the top, could probably be thinner. And actually, I think this would be better if it swept up. So if I didn't take this out of here and it was just tapered up to this point and then got wider. But I think this will work, but maybe we'll try another one.